doing alright. It's a stressful time, isn't it? But hopefully you guys are hanging in there and doing the best you can to stay positive, right? So this video is on popular demand, right? I did a poll on my YouTube channel and I gave several topics. I said, you know, I'm very excited about doing my next video, which I am. Which video would you like me to make? Which topic would you guys want me to talk about? Dating in relationships, how to talk to women when you're anxious and you've got anxiety, how to overcome porn addiction, you know, rejection, a video about lockdown, you know, how to deal with stress. And I was surprised because I thought the one that would probably win would be how to talk to women when you're anxious, because I thought with more people on this channel have subscribed because, you know, they have issues with talking to women. But I was surprised, and it wasn't. 9% voted to do a video on talking to women when you're anxious. 18% video on rejection, 27% a video on the COVID-19 lockdown and how to deal with the stress of that. 45% said do a video on porn addiction. So you guys decided that that's what we're going to do today. It's interesting because there's a lot of people that love the videos that I've been doing throughout the past 7 months on porn addiction. They've been messaging me saying, please keep doing them. They're really helping me. But I've got a proportion of people that are saying, oh, another video on porn addiction, why do you keep doing videos on the same topic? And, you know, you can't please everyone at the end of the day. If I listen to you, there'll be a massive group of people that will complain that they're not getting the right video that they want. So I had to make a decision based on what I feel right about making, obviously, because I'm not just going to make any video people tell me. I'm going to follow my integrity and my values. So I decided to make the video. It is important. When I was making a lot of videos on social anxiety, probably my most preferred topic personally, a lot of people love those videos. They get a lot of views, comments, they really impact people, they really help people, and I know that for a fact. There'll be another group of people saying, oh, another video on social anxiety. So you can't win. You know, there's a lot of people, opinions are divided, so you just got to do the best you can. So if you're new to this channel, hit subscribe. On this channel, I usually do videos on dating and relationship advice, but because we're going through the lockdown, the material might slightly shift, but it will stay in that direction. So of course, pornography, some people may associate it as something separate to dating and relationships, but it's actually very connected. Because as a lot of you know or may not know, pornography stops a lot of men and women from building a relationship because of all the different reasons we're going to cover in this video today. I've taken some notes as well, so I won't just be speaking off the bat, which I always usually do and I can. There's some precise things I want to share today that will help people, which is why I've written an article on porn addiction. Hold on a sec. So yeah, hit subscribe to this channel. Follow me on my Instagram as well. It's getting popular. I give tips and advice. And also, to let you guys know, I've started a new podcast show called Become Fearless. I've done 7 interviews already, and I've made a separate YouTube channel so I could separate the podcast shows. I didn't want to put them on here, it'd be too confusing. And I wanted the challenge, and it's going really well. So please subscribe to that channel and look at the interviews. They're really motivating, really good people. I watched all of them back after. I really enjoyed interviewing them. My goal is to do at least 100 interviews. I've done 7 so far. I'm going to be doing another interview tomorrow with another artist, Lee. So get involved. The best way to support the channel is by subscribing, watching and enjoying the podcast. You'll learn a lot. And my whole ethos with the new project Become Fearless is to educate people, motivate, inspire, give them the tools so they can conquer their fears and change their life. I'm a huge believer in those things. If you haven't got the education, the know-how, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to believe you can do it. And if you're not motivated, if you've got the education but you don't have the motivation, nothing will change. You'll just be full of theory and no action. And you know, so when you've got the education, the motivation, and when you're inspired from yourself, maybe from someone else, my videos or whoever, that's when you go and take action. And when you've got the actual tools, you know, which comes with the education, so they're all connected. So that's how you do it. And it's about helping people to become fearless. Alright, so where do we start? Okay, the first thing I want to say is, I'll find it in a second, right, is patience. Probably one of the hardest virtues, if that's the right word. Correct me if I'm wrong. I make mistakes sometimes, right? I'm not perfect. That's one of the hardest virtues for men to practice, or people in general, right? Myself included, everyone. Because when something ain't happening straight away, we get impatient. You know, a lot of people get impatient with video. The analytics will say the average time is like 5 minutes, and then people will switch off because they lose patience. If only they had a bit more patience to stay on the video, then it could change their life potentially, or more patience to not give up on beating their porn addiction. So how do you get good at practicing patience? Well, I think the first one is you have to be aware that you're impatient. You have to be able to recognize that impatience is causing you to create more suffering and anxiety for yourself, and then you can think, okay, I'm going to consciously practice being patient. It's not going to be easy, obviously. It's a very challenging thing, but like everything that's difficult, it's very rewarding if you keep practicing. You just slowly start being aware of it. And I think patience comes from slowing down, which is something I really work on, even when I make these videos, you know. I see a lot of people doing YouTube videos and rushing because they think people are not going to watch it, and I'm not going to do all that. Right, okay, some helpful things, all right. So I just wrote this, right. I just want to articulate these are real experiences and how I've overcome porn addiction and continue, right. By the way, as well, I say this in every video, I ain't judging anyone who watches porn. Number one, wouldn't make sense. I've watched it myself. So few people got angry and start swearing on videos and saying, oh, you know, how dare you, and this and that. They're just totally misinterpret what I say. And at the end of the day, you're not forced to watch the video. So swearing online is just really silly. It's not going to affect me. It's only you're just going to harm yourself by treating yourself like that, being angry and stuff. Okay, overcoming a porn addiction psychologically is very complicated and scary at the same time. On a practical level, it's about facing the truth. Not my truth, or society's version of the truth, or anybody else's truth, but your truth. Facing the thing you're scared to face, so you can gain the thing that you really need to overcome your addiction. Now, okay, so think about it. If you felt, this is something I just wrote, right, I felt it's true. If you felt satisfied and happy, why would you feel inspired to watch porn? Yes or no? That's kind of asking a question to challenge you. What are you avoiding out of fear that is making you watch porn? That's a big question for this video today, this lesson. Or is it really about something much deeper with regards to what you're avoiding? So today, although it's about porn addiction, really helping you to think about what is it that you're avoiding. This is what I always ask myself to help me to face the fear. Because it's always about, you know, yeah, we could get into things like, oh, you know, porn is because of addiction, lust addiction, all those things, and there's truth in that. And, you know, and men addicted, and it's tempting, and beautiful women, and all this kind of stuff. I hear that. But really, it's about avoiding something. Because with every addiction, there's always an opposite truth. I mean, I think an addiction is fake, basically. So I'll explain what I mean as we go along. I read this. Now, I'm not saying indefinite, right? These are some possibilities. Maybe you're watching porn because the fear of talking to women and putting your emotions on the line and getting hurt, right? Could be a possibility. Maybe it's the fear of actually attracting a woman and falling in love and having to take on the responsibility of a relationship, and that really frightens you, you know, so you sabotage. Maybe it's facing your demons that have been bullying you your whole life. It's a possibility. Maybe it's a combination of many things that are so overwhelming for you right now, you just can't bring yourself to deal with it. Maybe you got bullied at school when you were younger and this left you broken. Maybe this left you feeling rejected by women. Whatever is holding you back from being all you can be and reaching your true calling in life. Porn is giving you some kind of version of the thing that you need, that you're looking for, right? Whatever you call it, love, contentment, peace, happiness, escapism, feelings of being connected, whatever you're trying to get out of it. The problem with porn is it's giving you, you know, it's giving you something, but it's a counterfeit to the real thing deep down, and you know it, people know it, right? And that's generally what tends to hurt people. That's what hurt me throughout my years of addiction and battling. And still, I have other addictions. We'll talk about that in a sec. And so this reads very true for me in times of my life, and I'm confident that it will be the same for you guys. It doesn't have to be specific. So maybe watching porn is a way of you saying, I can't deal with reality right now, and I just need to take myself out of my own mind and escape for a bit. That's right, a thing here, right? This is sometimes how we can feel. I know I felt like this. Living is painful, living is stressful, living is scary. Now, living with these negative voices in your head is depressing. Living can be lonely at times, state the obvious. Living with anxiety and depression is agony at times. It really is. Watching porn and jerking off is easy and it feels good, right? The only problem is afterwards it leaves you feeling defeated and uneasy in your own body, which is another word I meant for, not feeling good, if that didn't resonate. It can also make you feel ashamed as well, to state the obvious, and it reinforces that demon or that negative voice which tells you you're not good enough. It demotivates you from wanting to go out into the world, take action and connect with people and build a real relationship. This is why you have to be patient when it comes to overcoming your fears. It's not easy, otherwise everyone would be rich, happy, famous, healthy, free from addiction and fearless. It takes time, it takes courage, it takes a lot of self-honesty, it takes practice, it takes heart, plenty of it, it takes energy. You have to be fully dedicated to the truth, your truth, nobody else's. I wrote this, by the way. What do you think? You have to be willing to fail your way to success and keep getting back up in life when it knocks you back down. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. You have to be yourself first and foremost, even during a pandemic. Yeah, that's right. A real pandemic, a COVID-19 lockdown. Just wrote this here, and I meant this. I say it in every video. Respect everyone that is suffering right now. I really mean that from the heart. I just wrote this here. This is a little bit cheesy, but just trying to be compassionate and understand the frustrations that men go through, and women as well. But I suppose it's more men I'm talking to right now, right? That are watching these videos and commenting, as far as I'm aware. Sometimes you have to scream. I'm not saying literally, but get out your head. Sometimes you have to shout. And again, I'm not telling you to shout. I just mean, get out of your own fears and do something positive. And I just said sometimes you have to cry, and I literally mean that. And I just wrote here, yes, real men cry, because obviously real men do cry, even though the stigma in our crazy culture. And you have to sometimes fail, but you have to always dream. You have to always dream. And you have to take the kicks and the punches of online criticism. That was a little bit separate, disregard that. Then after all the pain and suffering, blood, sweat and tears, you'll become victorious, my friend, and free from addiction. Positivity kills negative energy. Honesty kills lies. Hard work makes up for your shortcomings. Be kind to others to heal the gross misconduct of others. So look, I did a little bit of writing last night. I felt a bit emotional. And, for me, that really does sum up the real truth with regards to how to overcome this. And like I said in the thing, everyone's got their own life. So I've said in videos before, and we keep saying, I don't want anyone to try and copy me. That would be really lame. That really would. It would be embarrassing. It would be silly, and it's not what I want people to do. I want you to be yourself. I'm just helping you to build your confidence and giving you the encouragement. Most of all, I'm sharing my experience with you, so you can pick bits of it and find your own experience in all this, right? And that's why we've covered different angles on porn addiction, because it's such a complicated thing, guys. I've been watching this channel in the last few months. I stumbled across it by accident, and it's a bit heavy. It can be a bit depressing, but it's also inspiring. But then again, I suppose sometimes my work can be heavy. I don't hope it to be, but it can be depressing. I don't always want to talk about this stuff, something more positive, and we will. It goes both ways, it's life. But this guy interviews people that are real addicts, and he doesn't tell them what to do. He just kind of hears their stories and gives them a platform. Sometimes he comments, but one of the things I learned from watching that, which I tried to add today of my own experience, right, and through my own journey of all this stuff, is it's a battle overcoming addiction. It's not a straightforward thing. So it's not like, watch one video on YouTube, get some advice from Johnny Berba, apply it, and then your porn addiction's over. Obviously, I wish it was that easy. Maybe there'll be some people, I doubt it. There might be some that can do that. But for most of us, we're gonna come away from porn. We're gonna relapse again. We're gonna be building our confidence. We're gonna have good days, bad days, which is why you should never quit. And I can give you many examples. many times on YouTube, it just took ages for me to succeed with the videos. It still happens. I failed. I was like, what's going on? Failed, succeeded. So you really don't want to quit. And patience is important, and really trying to get out of judging yourself, which is a hard thing to do, but with practice you can get a lot better with it. And like I said in that writing, honesty kills the lies. So it takes a lot of courage to talk and admit these things, because people generally are always worried that they'll be judged by other people. People look at them in a bad light. But at the end of the day, like I said, we've all got addictions. And I promise, like I said earlier, one of my addictions, which I recognised more in lockdown, because I was in denial for many years, was my addiction to sugar and junk food, chocolates, cakes, crisps. A real problem for me. It's been a problem for me my whole life, and I am working on it, and I'm applying the same philosophy that I'm sharing with everyone to overcome their porn addiction. I'm not judging myself for it, and I'm being patient. I have good days where I can cut back, and I have days where I relapse, and whatever happens, whatever triggers me, and I start eating stuff again, and it doesn't feel good. If I have a little bit, it's fine, right? I think in moderation. But I wouldn't say that with porn, though. I had to correct myself there, because guys have asked me that. I don't think you can play around in that. That's my opinion anyway. Everyone's got their own opinion. You guys can let me know your opinion in the box below. So today is about patience, right? And I've concluded in my other videos, it's very important to have a goal. Let me explain. Let's end on a positive, because it can be a bit of downwards, right? Always a positive. For me, the most exciting thing and helpful thing with getting over porn addiction is going in a different direction. And what I mean by that is, let me give you an example, make it simple. If you're a guy that wants a girlfriend and you've been wanting that for a long time, you're really craving a real relationship with a woman, right? An honest relationship, no BS. But you've got some doubts as to whether you can get that, and you're insecure, or you're scared to go out and seek a relationship in case you get hurt, or you're equally contradictory scared of success, very frightened of being in a relationship in case it's too overwhelming, or it's basically the unknown. So for whatever reason, fears of failing with women, fears of succeeding in relationships. So porn obviously is the distraction, it's the replacement, it's the counterfeit, it's a way of not wanting to look at that stuff or think about it or deal with yourself or face life. But if you go in that direction slowly, if you say, okay, I'm not going to do everything in one go. So going in that direction could be setting up an online dating profile. It could just be the beginning of starting online dating, right? I'm not a big fan of online dating personally, but I'm not going to knock everyone who does it. I've done that in the past, but we're always growing, and sometimes we do say things and think, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I really meant it in the moment. And so I do think it's not the best platform, but it might. For some people it works, right? So setting an online dating profile up and messaging someone you're interested in, that's a step in the right direction. That's you saying to yourself, I'm going to start taking steps to beating this porn addiction, right? Another example could be to take a bigger step, to ask a woman out that you like. I don't know, wherever it is, a club that you go to, an event, in public, online, it doesn't really matter, right? As long as you're applying the values that I teach, which is honesty, respecting women, being a confident man, being yourself, not being fake, being genuine, not being manipulative, that would be a massive step in the right direction. That would start giving you confidence. So really, the way that you build confidence is by taking action, practical action, which I say in all the videos, and it's consistently true. So I want to give you guys a bit of direction, and I don't expect you to beat your porn addiction in a week. We can't put a time on it. It could take 6 months, it could take a year, it could take 10 years for some people, 5, it could take a few weeks. It depends on many different factors, and we won't go into that. We'll be here all day. So I wanted to encourage you in that direction, and I have said this before. Some of you may never have heard it. Years ago, I go back to a point in my life when I was 25 and I was addicted to porn, and I really wanted a girlfriend. I really wanted that more than anything, but I had fears and insecurities and doubts as to whether I was good enough to get a girlfriend, and I wasn't willing to go out and speak to women at that time. But after going through a bad depression, I started to go out and face my fears and face the thing that I was avoiding. And I didn't even consciously realise until I look back later on that I'd overcome my porn addiction. But it wasn't overnight. It took me a couple of years, or about a year and a half to be precise. and then I got a girlfriend, and I built my confidence up, then I felt good enough, and I faced that guy up there, all those negative voices, and I changed my life, right? I'm just reciting, I know that was over 10 years ago, but that continued, right? And in the last 7 months, I haven't watched porn, right? So I'm not only just speaking to other guys and helping them, I mean, I am mostly, but if anyone accused me of being whatever, judging or trying to come across like I'm on my high horse when I'm not, I'm also helping myself out as well, because, you know, addiction can be for life. Just because you beat it, you know that you can return to it. I know that it's possible that I could watch porn as well. I don't hope to do that. I'm confident I won't, but it's not 100%. So I'm in with this as well. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, for anyone who says that. They're just misinterpreting what I'm saying, and that can happen today, right? I'm not going to take that personal. I'm a positive person. So just stick with it, guys. Don't give up. And I hear a lot of guys on my comments saying, you know, I'm never going to get a girlfriend. Women always reject me. No one. And it's like, look, I understand your pain, man. Believe me. And people will say things like, oh, you know, you're lucky, Johnny. And it's like, well, you could take that out of context. You wouldn't say I was lucky if you had to go through what I went through in my life, right? And I'm sure if I had to go through what you went through, you don't know what I've had to go through. So you shouldn't be jealous of me. You shouldn't compare yourself to me, because there's a next man more luckier than me. Focus on you. I'm trying to help you out, right? Be grateful that I'm going to great lengths to put this stuff out. I'm not getting paid for this. I do this because I love it. And I was born to educate, motivate, and inspire people. And I'm not being arrogant when I say that. That's just the truth, you know? And that's been evident in the amount of years I've been doing this, and this is my gift, right? I'm helping you to find your gift. But I understand your pain. I understand. I felt like that years ago. I used to feel jealous. Why is he doing well? Why is this happening to me? This is not fair. If I saw a man generally trying to help me out, I don't think I would attack him for doing that, when I can see he's going to arm's lengths to help me, when a lot of the times I don't even know you, I've never even met you, or I'm not obligated to do it, and you're not paying me, and you don't owe me anything, right? I do it out of the love, and if people support me and they appreciate it, then I really like that. But I do love doing these videos. I'm passionate, right? I'm trying to finish up soon. Don't want to go on too long. 1 more minute. So that's what I mean about these videos. You get started and 20 minutes is gone, which is why I can't just cover this in one video. It has to be a continuation, because there's a lot to talk about. Now, if you're enjoying this, I think if you enjoyed this video today, I think you'll really enjoy the Become Fearless podcast, because for a change, it's not me sharing my story or teaching. I'm interviewing, I'm staying out of the way, which I really have been enjoying lately, and you're getting to know other people's stories, not just mine. So maybe their stories can inspire you in more ways than one. So I hope you got a lot out of this today, and I really felt a lot of positive energy. You know, so a few more things. I could go on forever, but I've got to stop because it takes long to edit these videos when they go past the 20-minute mark. Oh, it's a shame. I'm really enjoying this video, so I want to keep going with this. I wish I've got to get a faster editing machine. Machine, it sounds like I'm in a time machine. I'm just starting to have fun and loosen up. So like, share, subscribe. The links are below, by the way. People say, how can I email you? Link below. How can I Instagram? Link below. New YouTube channel below, and subscribe to this channel. I will make more videos on this. So take that today. One simple lesson. If you could take anything, patience. Just be patient, and if you fail and you relapse, okay, back up, keep going, write your goals down, you know, start dating, be very clear on what your goal is, and the more clear you are, you'll get away from the addiction, all right? Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next one, and stay strong and positive through this time. It will be over very, very soon, I believe, all right? Bye.